Hear you.
Has come to upstate New York, and we find ourselves at Bill Stadium in Orchard Park.
A few moments ago, to the delight of this Buffalo crowd, it was the Bills racing out of the tunnel as they get set to match up with the Chicago Bears.
And we are underway in Buffalo. A fairly short kick from the 14. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped at the 23-yard line. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They begin with a run by Smith, and not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24. So, Charles, you look at this offense, so what a start to the season. 5 wins without a loss. When do you think that you start believing that maybe you're in the midst of something special?
Well, you and I both know every head coach never wants that thought to creep into a locker room. But the truth of the matter is, not quite at this time, because if we look at the Steelers in 2020, they're a great example. Remember, they started 11-0, then lost 5 of 6 and went out in the first round. But I think if you get toward mid-November, the Thanksgiving time frame, and you're still doing this, that's when things start to get real for a ball club.
No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up at a 3rd and 9 situation. Now Allen. Looking for Diggs, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jalen Johnson.
And they are going to set up. chop at the 40-yard line.
Read option, here's Montgomery. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Well, this defense for the Bills, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step. Running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. A shotgun snap, Fields. And he finds his target. It's Marquise Goodwin. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped.
Barney sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, if you're going to sell the go, just go. And let's see who's faster.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held them to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Back to Montgomery on 2nd down. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Back to throw, Fields. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bears. Jakeem Grant, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Bears have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. On play action, Allen. He'll buy some time right. That's caught by his tight end, Dawson Knox. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bills are an extra point away from tying the football game. And that is off the left upright. It's no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Now with the play clock about to expire, we get a whistle and a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Fields leaving it with Montgomery here on the option. And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
From the 27, Fields. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives him a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Off the option, here's Montgomery. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. Charles, they won last week despite him not running the ball well. They told us need to get him going. Runs like that help.
And they talked to us about leaning on him because, as you noted, last week they didn't have to. Still won the ball game. They leaned on other people to give him the yardage that they needed. But they really want him to be that guy, and that's what they're doing early in this game.
Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down. Under a minute to go. Clock running and a back-and-forth first quarter of play. Now it's Fields. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
No, you got a young quarterback. You know, maybe that's just an example of a growing pain for him.
I think you're right about that because when the game starts to move fast and it moves quickly on him, a lot of times they fall back on what they know best, their arm. He's slinging it on this one. Had a wide open target, but didn't have the proper footwork to increase his accuracy.
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. Offensively lucky they're able to keep the football, but now 4th down, so they'll have to boot it away.
I do think, though, they're going to look at this as a positive. 1, they recovered the fumble, so they retained possession. But 2, being able to punt it changes field position for them. Imagine if that turnover takes place there. Now your defense has to go onto the field and try and hold. Instead, they get a little breathing room.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
After one, a 1-point game, 7-6. Here's Allen on 1st and 10. That's complete to Smith. So the completion good for 6 yards, and that'll bring up 2nd down. But that last throw, Charles, puts him over 15,000 yards passing now for his career.
And Brandon, they're not going to stop the game and give him the game ball here, but that's still a pretty impressive number, and he's got plenty of more good football ahead of him. Although I would say the team should give him a game ball after it's all over.
So they fake the handoff. Now Allen sliding out of the pocket. Wide open receiver complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. Now the Bears going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. From the 13 now, they work on 1st and 10. A give to Smith out of the gun. And this play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back to the 15. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Allen off the play fake. They'll roll him out right. And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bills have taken the lead. This time the extra point up and good. And that'll make this a 6-point game.
I felt kind of out of bounds there, bro.
And off it goes. Pulls it in at the 13. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win 1st down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating 1st downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
And again, this Buffalo defense there in run support to stop him behind the line. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. And that is incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Nice punt, but good work on the return to get back 11 yards. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the 1st half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared?
He rifles one that's intercepted. Anthony Averett picks it. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. You don't see this often. A quarterback of his caliber, 2 first-half interceptions.
It's absolutely surprising because it happens so rarely. You're searching for what reason, what's going on out there. It's not just maybe the defense is playing well. Is his horoscope off? His biorhythms? What is it?
You went horoscope on us, David.
Well, I was thinking maybe REM sleep was off. I'm trying to come up with something.
Anything, right? So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Fields. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's going to get this inside the 30.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Read option, here's Montgomery. And he's out of bounds, almost gets to the 10. Same result as last play, 14 yards and another first down.
Yeah, they really needed to get something going, didn't they? They had punted on the last 2 possessions. The running game starting to come to the front for them, providing a nice pickup there to keep this drive going.
And a pickup of about 4 down inside the 10 to the 8-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
To throw on 2nd and 6. Field left. And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds right at the 3. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. Out of the gun, Fields out to his left. Got his man, and it's caught for a Chicago touchdown. Tariq Cohen, his first touchdown on the year. And the Bears can grab the lead with the extra point. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs, and I think they're going to at least take a look at this. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. All square now at 13 all as he sends this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. 1 play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
What a play!
And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Allen looks to throw on 3rd and 1. And unable to connect. If he had caught it, it would have been a first down. Instead, it's 4th. The Bills send the punter out as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And taken right at the 35. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Here's Fields. Swings this out here for Cohen. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. That's good. The completion there for 7 yards. And it'll bring up a 2nd down. Fields. Flush to his right. And he wisely will throw that one away.
Well, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
So the incomplete pass on the last play, and that leads us to a 3rd and 3. From the gun, here's Fields. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll come on to kick this one away. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. 51 yards on the punt there. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they'll have a decent amount of time, 55 seconds to work with, to try to at least get down into field goal range. Flushed out right. And Allen going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off by J.C. Jackson. And they will score a pick 6 for a Bears touchdown. Well, you don't want to coach him, Charles, to stay in the pocket on every play, but I guess that's the danger of getting outside of the pocket, extending a play, and making a bad throw. Turns into 6 points the other way.
Yeah, sometimes when you get outside the pocket, your vision actually gets obscured a little bit, or you narrow it down too much, and you don't see all the defenders in the area.
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete.
I know they didn't tack on the 2 points, but I liked their attempt. After the interception return for a touchdown, I was thinking to myself, forget kicking it, go for 2, and they did.
Oh, yeah, and everybody's scrambling. Maybe you catch the defense on their heels. They weren't ready to be out there.
Yeah, it's almost like a sudden change, right? There's a turnover, you take it away. They stuck it in the end zone. Keep the momentum going. Give credit to the defensive guys for rallying and stopping that 2-point attempt.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And with them trailing, there is still enough time to try to string a few plays together, maybe get into field goal range. Now Allen to try again after the pick 6. Escaping the pressure right. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Well, that was an interesting look there, because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Allen eluding the pressure right. He's got it complete to Stephon Diggs. Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Throwing now is Allen. And this will be well too low for him to bring in. It's incomplete.
So this is what happens when you throw interceptions. That confident veneer that you have gets chipped away a little bit. Maybe a little bit gun-shy throwing it around.
Yeah, underthrowing him there, and you're right. Those interceptions may be in the back of his mind. On 2nd down, it's Smith, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. Now the Bills will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Throwing is Allen on third. And it looked like he got the feet down, did he? Yes, it's a catch. A big gain there for the Bills.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flip field position there? A nice attacking play. They picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. To throw, it's Allen. Flush to his right. And that's incomplete. Clock stops with 10 seconds left.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Working out of the shotgun. Here's Allen. Flushed out right. It's caught on the right side. It's Smith. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10.
I tell you what, it looks like he's shaking off that pick six just fine. It's not just defensive backs that have to have short memories. Quarterbacks utilize that as well. A much more confident throw right there.
So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. And his kick is indeed good. So we reach halftime with the visiting Bears out on top here. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Both these teams getting a chance to dry out, maybe change their cleats if need be. But halftime's just about over. Time to get back to it. And for the call of the second half, here's Brandon Gaud.
All right, Coach, thanks. Yeah, both teams likely to make some changes in what's been a closely fought battle to this point. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. Third quarter starting with a run from Montgomery. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Tough day, tough sledding right there, and it's been that way the entire game. Not a whole lot of room to ramble for him.
Yeah, you're right. It's been that way all afternoon. Didn't get a whole lot better there. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
You know, every time we talk with people about the most important quality for a quarterback to have in the NFL, what do they usually cite?
Arm strength.
Yeah, that's really way down on the list. Accuracy is one of the bigger ones, maybe the foremost one. That's what he needed on that play.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. That ball caught. It's Mark Andrews, the tight end. And he will have the Bears first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Play action. It's Fields. He'll get that complete to his tight end, Cole Kmet. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. That's 30 yards now in the last 2 plays. Back-to-back 15-yarders, and they're rolling. So 1st and 10 now in Buffalo territory at the 45-yard line. Running with Montgomery from the pistol. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up.
Well, at the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back there and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run. But the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead them to 3rd down. Fields now to throw. Throw right side is complete to Andrews, his tight end. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
They snap it to Fields.
And here he's got Grant. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Both sides were holding their breath there on that fourth down play, and the offense can breathe a sigh of relief.
And both knew exactly where the first down markers were. You know the defense is trying to guard those sticks and try and keep people in front. But somehow, some way, those guys found a way to pick it up.
The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's a give to Montgomery. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Now Fields.
Forced out to his left. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
On is Santos for the Bears field goal.
From the right hash here, should be an easy one. Santos' kick is up and through, and that will double their lead as it's up to 6. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps a deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive.
And their deficit a little wider now than it was at halftime following the field goal a moment ago.
But the goal is still the same because you know they want to come out, establish a rhythm in the second half, and get going. Make no mistake about it, though. Kicking field goals, not in their game plan. They need to get the ball in the end zone.
They'll run it again with Smith. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now the Bears electing to call a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. On play action, Allen. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The sack there by Roquan Smith.
Well, on that one, they go with a play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
Another try after the first down sack. Allen eluding the pressure right.
That's caught by Gabriel Davis.
And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. A big game there for the Bills.
We have seen big plays from both quarterbacks throughout this game, and there's another one right there. Going back and forth, almost like 2 excellent guitar soloists trying to top each other with each additional play.
So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Allen's throw is complete. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. On 2nd down, here's Smith. And he'll be brought down at the 21, just shy of the 20 in the red zone.
45 yards rushing for him now as he's run it 11 times. Throwing on first down is Allen. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, they run with Smith. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They come up on a 1st and goal and most likely 4-down territory as they need a touchdown and the PAT for the lead. Play action. Now it's Allen. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Second down and goal. Allen. And a quick throw here, that's complete. Touchdown, Bills. A great play there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Bills are an extra point away from taking the lead. A very important extra point there, up and good. And they have taken the lead here in this 4th quarter. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. The Bears offense ready to go for their next drive. And they will be looking to answer the touchdown their defense just surrendered. Still a good chunk of time remaining here in the 4th quarter and a chance to regain the lead in a tight one. Give them a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Fields. Flushed out right. And he slings one that's incomplete.
Well, he certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
The Bears on 3rd down. Not quite 50%. 4 for 9. This is 3rd and 8. To throw is Fields. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Has to be a little bit of frustration there. Back-to-back incompletions. Receivers blanketed on both attempts, this time on 3rd down.
Here comes the Bears punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
On the stop there defensively, Marcus May with the tackle. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell him to take care of the ball, and try and move forward. Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier.
Going deep for Diggs. It got his man complete. And he takes it all the way down to the 44-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. On play action, Allen rolling to his right. It's caught. Smith. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. Now the Bears will use their 3rd and final timeout. So that will leave them with no timeouts left. Still plenty of time on the clock. We'll see how that affects things here in this 4th quarter. A 1st down carry for Smith. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in. And all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is, first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it to football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
On 2nd down, here's Smith again. And he's going to take this down close to a 1st down at about the Bears' 13-yard line. Call it a gain of 5 there on the run, but they'll remain a yard or 2 short here with 3rd down coming up. Allen off the play fake. He'll buy some time right. And Allen will have the 1st down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact at the end. That is an absolute backbreaker. That was a design passing play, wasn't a draw. You think you got him stopped, good coverage downfield, and he's able to pick up the 1st with his legs. Defensively, that kicks into your psyche and hurts a little bit, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and here's the thing. Anytime you give up a 1st down, it hurts you psychologically. But it hurts more when they get it this way because you've covered everything. He didn't have any place to throw the football. He takes off running and picks it up anyway. And now you have to stay on the field for an extra set of downs.
And really could have used that stop trailing here in the 4th. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They've got it 2nd and goal now as they look for that final dagger. Another try for Smith. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. A great effort there. His 11th touchdown of the year. And the Bills go nearly the length of the field and finish it off with 6 points. Important extra point up and through. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. A fairly short kick from the 14. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28. At the line, prepping for their next drive, the Bears offense. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
I'll tell you, far from ideal conditions to play in, but neither offense has had much trouble. Plenty of points to go around. 1st and 10. Able to complete it to Montgomery. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. They'll look to throw. This one swung out to Montgomery. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41.
One of my old teammates called me the other day when he was watching the game. He's like, man, trying to watch an NFL game and trying to account for their passing game, that's difficult. And just when you think you get everything covered, here comes a back out of the backfield. In this case, he picks up a 1st down.
Back to throw. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Back to throw. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. Toward the back corner of the end zone, but he could not get the feet down. This will wind up incomplete.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
1 score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. Got to try it here. He's back to throw. Deep ball for Goodwin. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Bills are going to get the football back. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Allen down to a knee, and that should just about do it. And a sight that's becoming familiar in this season. They remain undefeated, another win under their belt.
And they did it the way that they really want to. Taking a knee at the end of the game, that means you have the ball, you're in control, you dictate the final part of this ball game, and they did exactly that.
And the clock rolls down to 0. They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. A great come-from-behind victory in this one, Charles, and really the difference, obviously, was that 4th quarter. They dominated.
And it has to start with believing that you can make that comeback, because we've been in games before. We've done games where you just look at one team and realize they have no chance of making it back. Not in the one we just saw here. They did it, and they did it well.
So for the Bills, they remain as hot as anyone, 6-0 now through the first month and a half. And next week they get to stay home again as the Los Angeles Chargers come to town. Meanwhile, for the Bears, they can't quite seem to turn things around as they fall into 2-4 now on the year. And they'll try to get back on track next week as they head to Dallas to take on the Cowboys.